Welcome back as the KZ2 Masters drivers head out onto the circuit for the first of 2 rolling laps before their 13-minute plus 2-lap final. Leading the grid after winning the pre-final, Glenn Vandenhoek, with Mark Verhoeven on the outside of row number 1. Mick Bertram and Bas Schouten on row number 2. Edgar Oosting and Bas Steen on row 3. Wesley Duvall, championship leader, underweight in qualifying, had to start from the back. He moves up to 7th in the pre-final. That's where he'll start the final alongside Floris Schouten. Niels Koster and William van der Keesch are on row number 5. Geert van den Brink, Martin Versteeg, Mike Hendricks and Anton Gidding. They are your remaining runners. This will be a standing start. Championship positions coming into today, not including the pre-final results. Wesley Duvall, 602 points. Glenn Vandenhoek, 586 points. William van der Keesch and Edgar Oosting are next, with Mark Verhoeven, 483 points, in 5th position. Well, for Wesley Duvall, this is a case now of damage limitation. Glenn Vandenhoek is closing the gap in the point standings in that white, purple and red CKR machine, the competitive kart racing team. Chassis is called a competitive kart. Kart looks really good, drives really well, could have a better name. They know that, that's what I think. We say it in jest. Here we go then. Vandenhoek, Verhoeven, Bertram, Schouten, Oosting, Steen, De Waal. The flag is up at the front of the grid, at the back of the field. The green flag will wave. All eyes on the light gantry. Lights are out, we're off and racing. It's a great start from Glenn Vandenhoek to take the lead going into turn number 1. On the all-black chassis, it's Verhoeven in second. And at the back of the field, 2-3 drivers in trouble. There are karts in the barriers. One of them is a Birrell ART. I couldn't get the numbers on them this time around. We will pick them up as they come around at the end of lap number 1. But Glenn Vandenhoek made a great start. Mark Verhoeven tried to make the move going into turn number 4, but he outbraked himself. It actually cost him time. And as you look now, he is struggling to hold off the pair of CRG karts who are just behind him. So it's Bas Schouten and Mick Bertram running in 3rd and 4th. Edgar Oosting on the Sodi kart is 5th. Then it's Niels Koster, Martin Versteeg, Geert van den Brink, and the 3 drivers that had problems through turn number 1. Well, Bas Steen has just gone across the line. William van der Keesch and Floris Schouten. That is bad news for van der Keesch, who is 3rd in the point standing. It's not been a good day for van der Keesch. Schouten also out of the race. Steen still running, but a long way back. Now, the 2 CRGs led at the moment by Bas Schouten, so Schouten has passed. Is led by Bas Schouten ahead of Mick Bertram. Bas Schouten past Bertram, but he was in front already. It is neck and neck, and now, there's the move. Better late than never. That was Mick Bertram going past Bas Schouten. Gives you the signal. There's Bertram. He's in the 3rd position. They're being caught hand over fist by Edgar Oosting and Well, the first of those Saudi karts, that's Edgar Oosting. Niels Costa, rather, is next. And he's a little way back. Let's have a little look as we wait for, there is Costa just at the edge of your screen, another CRG mounted driver, but they are all chasing the CKR of Glenn Vandenhoek. Your championship leader, Wesley de Waal, is still only 8th, and there is Wesley, and he's battling to hold off Mike Hendricks. Martin Versteeg is next, and then a couple of the drivers that were held up at the start. Versteeg, Anton Gidding, and Bas Steen. Now, the battle is on for second. Well, I've got to say that Glenn Vanderhoek has just cleared off. He has just disappeared up the road. I think that's why Mark Verhoeven was so keen to try and do almost an all-or-nothing banzai move on the first lap going into turn number 4, because he realised that if he didn't make the move then, he was not going to get another opportunity. And that, I have to say, is the way it looks at the moment. Still a long way to go, but now Verhoeven is not even in second place, because Mick Bertram is up into P2 for the CRG team. Through turns 11 and 12. In the early evening cool here at Berghem in the Netherlands. Luckily, the sun, which came out briefly, is still illuminating this circuit, although the floodlights are on just to help these drivers. And there is a look at Wesley de Waal, and de Waal is struggling. While one of the CKR machines there, number 141 of Glenn Vandenhoek, is pulling away and really dominating this race. His teammate and championship leader, Wesley de Waal, is, well, he's just not at the races this weekend. Let's have a little look. No, sorry, Wesley de Waal not in. It's the other CRG is Gert Vandenbrink, I believe. Yeah, it's Gert Vandenbrink is struggling. Wesley de Waal is still trying to chase. That makes more sense. The second of the competitive kart chassis, the teammate to race leader Glenn Vandenhoek, is making it very, very difficult for the Birrell ART of Wesley de Waal to get through. And we think we know why. Well, because there's a championship on the line. This is round 7 of 8. And, well, you know, I have to say, Gert Vandenbrink was not weaving around, but he was just not, he was making it tricky for Wesley de Waal. He was making it very difficult indeed for de Waal. But now de Waal is through. You can see how quickly Wesley de Waal is pulling away from Gert Vandenbrink, who now has got Mike Hendricks for company. Can de Waal make any more progress? Anton Gidding is running in 12th position in kart number 133 on the Maranello kart. We've got 12 drivers still running. Floris Schouten and William van der Kees obviously out of the race after their first lap incident. De Waal has just done a lap of 48.41. That is, we're going to see what he can do on this lap now. We wait, there is de Waal. Oh, he is closing in a 47.626 second lap for de Waal. I thought there was a fastest lap coming for driver 123, the championship leader, and he is now just 1.2 seconds behind Niels Costa, who is running in 6th position, and there is still 6 minutes plus 2 laps to go in this race. So there is a lot of time for Duval to salvage potentially a top 5 place. I don't think he's going to go any higher than that because the leaders are quite spread out. Glenn van den Hoek leads by 2.1 seconds over the 2 carts on your screen now. Mick Berghem and Mark Verhoeven. Then it's the Sodi cart of Edgar Oosting. Then it's Bas Schouten. And already Niels Koster has got Wesley Duval right behind him. That Duval, I don't think he's going to hang around. In fact, no, he doesn't. There he goes. Duval up into P6. Next target, as Martin Versteeg comes to a halt on the start, finish straight. Out of the race goes Martin Versteeg. Floris Schouten's cart is also pushed away. But here we go. Now, Wesley Duval. Let's have a look at the championship leader up the straight towards turn 14. He has made short work of Niels Koster. Obviously prefers Starbucks. Down towards turn 2, turn 3. Duval is now just 1.2 seconds behind Bas Schouten. And I gotta say, Bas Schouten's 5th place is not looking too promising. 4.5 minutes to go. Duval is consistently now nearly a full second quicker than Schouten and Edgar Oosting. He's only a few tenths of a second a lap faster than the top 3, but really they're gone now. All Wesley Duval is thinking about is passing the number 197 CRG of Bas Schouten and then getting up the road to that Sodi cart of Edgar Oosting. You could just see just a few laps ago, Wesley Duval was stuck behind Mike Hendricks and Gert van den Brink. Bastien continues to run in 10th, a long way back. But here comes Duval. Now, will he make the move up the inside going into turn number 6? No, I think he will probably dive up the inside going into turn number 10 if he's given half an opportunity. Let's have a look. No, he's not given half the opportunity, but it's not going to be long before that red and white Spiral ART cart is past the number 197 CRG as they come up the straight. Now this should be mirror signal maneuver going into turn number 1. No, not quite. In that case, it will be turn number 4 next for, yep, there goes Wesley Duval, last of the late breakers into turn number 4. And Duval now into 5th position, and he's got 2.2 seconds to make up to catch Edgar Oosting. That would be the 4th position, and that would be damage limitation. Glenn van den Hoek leads by 2.2 seconds over Mick Berghem, who is just half a second in front of Mark Verhoeven. As the carts go into turn number 13, the sun is now setting, a beautiful orange evening here in the Netherlands, of course, which is, Kingdom of Orange, as we head towards the conclusion of the 7th event of 2024. We've still got the main KZ2 class to go at the end of this race. That will be the last event of the day. As we head into turns 9 and 10. And already Duval was half a second quicker than Oosting on that last lap. The gap between Oosting and Duval was 2.2 seconds. It is now just 8 tenths of a second. No, it's more than 8 tenths of a second. Well, actually, it's just a little bit more than 8 tenths of a second. It's just 1 second. So he's gaining 6 tenths of a second per lap on Oosting. And there is still 90 seconds plus 2 laps to go. Unless Edgar Oosting suddenly discovers an extra turn of speed in that Sodi cart, there will be very, very little he can do about the approaching 1-2-3 cart of Wesley Duval. Meanwhile, here is your race leader. Glenn van den Hoek. Coming out to turn number 14. With the top three. And here is the battle for 4th place. And De Waal, I've got a feeling De Waal will pick his usual moment down at turn 4. That's the Wesley De Waal special down at turn 4. He says thank you very much. Not that Edgar Oosting, he allowed him to. He didn't really have a choice. And now, can he get on the podium? Well, we'll have to see. It's going to be a monument. Well, I would imagine after Wesley De Waal got stuck behind Glenn van den Hoek's teammate, Gert van den Brink, earlier on, that probably... Oh, look at the sparks flying in the evening gloom. Fantastic. De Waal throwing that Birol ART cart through the turns. 3 laps to go now, and the gap is 2.1 seconds between Verhoeven and De Waal. Wesley De Waal, it is time to drive it like you stole it, son. Here he goes into the roundabout. Out of the roundabout into turn number 6. Oh, he's going to catch. He is going to catch Mark Verhoeven. Last time round, Wesley De Waal did a 47.5. Oh, and Verhoeven's made it easy. Why are they going off? It can't be raining. Is there moisture on the circuit? What has happened there? De Waal is now in second. Wesley De Waal is in second. Both Berghem and Verhoeven both ran off track. They weren't close with each other. I could see a slippery surface flag going out, coming through turns 7 and 8. Now, the race leader tiptoes his way through. Ah, there's a cart. It's Bas Steen's cart, which is off of the track, and it's obviously deposited its water on the surface. On water or oil or something, but the slippery surface flag is now out. It's come a lap too late for Mick Berghem and Mark Verhoeven. Wesley De Waal was able to react and not go wide and not run off track. I have to say, good heads-up driving from this man as well, Glenn van den Hoek, who also had to negotiate his way through the problems which were here on the track, and you can see Van den Hoek tiptoeing his way around. Lap times have fallen way off because of that slippery surface flag, because of whatever happened. But yeah, I'm sure it was Bas Steen's cart that has deposited the contents of its engine over the circuit. But Glenn van den Hoek takes the victory. But what a drive from Wesley De Waal. Sparks flying, and you can see how angry Mark Verhoeven is. He's lost a podium. Mick Berghem comes home in second, although I've got to say, I think even without the slippery surface flag, Wesley De Waal would have passed Mark Verhoeven for third, because he was simply driving in another league. But what a dramatic end to that race, and there will be a bit of a clean-up operation, I feel, before the last event. The circuit staff here, the race directors and the marshals, will have to go and investigate the circuit. Here are your provisional results. Glenn van den Hoek, then Wesley De Waal, Mick Berghem, Paul Verhoeven, Edgar Oosting, Bas Schouten, Neil Kosten, and then Gert van den Brink. Martin Versteeg was the last driver still running. Mike Hendricks, Bas Steen, Anton Gidding, William van der Keesch, and Floris Schouten failed to finish. There are several carts to recover from the circuit, and we have some potentially a little bit of oil or moisture to remove as well from the track before the last race of the day is up next. That'll be KZ2. Please don't go away.